Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
Let's look at Season 8 of Pokemon and its feature film.
Continuing his journey in the Honen Region, Ash gets close to his goal as he finally completes in the Honen League, while May enters her first Pokemon Festival.
We'll have to mention, before we get started, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get notifications on Paws Podcast.
Especially our continuing coverage of every season of Pokemon.
Yes. Now, for here, they served it a half and half, because they still had Ash on their journey to the Honen League. Mm-hmm. But it took a little longer because they also had May with her festival thing. So, it kind of was half for Ash and half for Misty. I mean, not Misty, May.
Misty said bye-bye, except for a couple of appearances.
What? Oh, yeah, she did appear. We were kind of surprised.
Only in the show, but also in the movie.
Right. Yeah. And for here, Ash got into the league about probably a little over halfway through the season instead of it ending the season this time. Because usually it's at the end. But this time, the season nearly ended with the festival part for May. Mm-hmm. So they kind of switched it around this time.
Right.
And, of course, they had some adventures again. Like, how many towns are in these regions? Like, good grief. Like, every episode is a town somewhere.
Well, it's like in our world. I mean, you've got so many cities and towns and subdivisions and everything around. So, there are some standout events for this season. Mm-hmm. And one of them is Team Magna Goodbye!
And Team Aqua!
Yes! There's only Team Rocket.
Yes, they actually revealed near, I think it was at the beginning, no, it wasn't the beginning of the season, it was towards the end of the season when they went back to the headquarters that, because of what they did last season, freeing one of those legendary Pokemon, both Team Aqua and Team Magna disbanded, so we didn't have to see any more of them doing some weird things and trying to be more evil.
Right. So that was great.
Right.
Very, very happy.
And then we saw Butch and Cassidy again. I was like, it's been like how many seasons? It's been like how many seasons now? And you're back again? Like, did anyone even, like, remember?
Yes, it's always funny when they come. But I miss James saying botch. Nice as
and not everyone messes up his name. It's a Butch. Okay, so for here, we got into the Honen League. And we actually were more engaged with the battles this time.
Yes. Because
it kind of varies. I think as it keeps going, the battles get longer because we know Ash only makes it so far with each league. Mm-hmm. But in here, he had his own little rival, and it wasn't Gary this time. Mm-hmm. It was another new character, and they had let me think. What was the name of the kid again? It was Morrison and Tyson.
Yes.
And for Morrison, it was he had a little rival in him because they were literally competing with everything. It was the Pokemon battle, but you knew it was just in a friendly way. They were just really eager to do the battles.
Yes.
And then they had Tyson, who had his own Meowth, who was supposed to be a Meowth in boots.
And he's a Meowth with a past, and he's a rebel, a loner, a rebel.
Right. And they gave you his whole backstory, and we liked that there were actually, you didn't know who was gonna win here. I mean, for the others, I mean, winning a league entirely, it doesn't happen until way later. But for here, the battles were a little more unpredictable because they went on much longer than the others. Because Ash even started winning even more battles than usual, especially when up against a woman who had who was like one of the more sophisticated trainers. I think Natalie, I think that was her name. And then here they had the six Pokemon instead of just 2 or 3. So the battles went on way longer, and there were times that we even went to 2-parters.
Yes. What I do like about this season, and just about this series, is how they show that Ash is really able to make friends with anyone, even when he starts out with a rivalry or a competition, or they fall out. He ends up being friends with them, or they end up at least being friendly and associates. And I really like that about Ash. That I really do like. He can manage to find the good in anything and what to like about anyone.
Right.
And that's a really great characteristic of Ash.
Right.
And I think this season really intensifies that, because remember, they even tried to like, what was the name of the one that kept tricking May, pretending he was friendly with her?
Yeah, he was the one with the sort of cactus-like one, looked like Scarecrow.
That looks like him. He had his little crop top. And he kept tricking May into thinking that he was her friend. And at first, Ash believed it. And then the second time, even the third time,
right?
They were like, he's changed, and isn't that nice that he's friends with you?
Like, no, he ain't.
I don't think they're gonna trust him again. I really hope not. If so, then all of them have an issue.
Yeah, because it's too many times. It wasn't Drew, because Drew was the one with that sort of, Drew. He had the flower or the rose Pokemon thing, but there was another kid there, and he had sort of a flare on him, and yeah, like you said, he was the one that kept tricking them. Shoot, what was his name? Xander, that was the name, okay. Finally. And there were only like very little bad parts of this season, because they kind of kept the action going and the story going. Mm-hmm. It wasn't until it got towards about the Pokemon contest, because those parts are a little more predictable than the league battles. Yes. Because the contest ones, you knew May was going to win. May wins every time. Right. I mean, I guess that means she's like a really skilled for being, not as familiar with Pokemon as Ash or a lot of these other trainers. And the other given that really, was disappointing is that Jessie, Jessica, Jessalyn, Jezebel, always Jessie, yes, loses. And just one time, I want Jessie to win. Right. Just one time, even if they disqualify her after she wins and they find out who she is, I just want her to win one time. Right, because there are a lot of times we end up cheering on for Jessie, and she's not even cheating anymore. Right. I know the first time cheated, and then from then on, she's actually playing fair. She just has on a bunch of different disguises. And as the Empress, she cut her hair short, and it stayed short another episode, and then miraculously grew back. Right? Like, wait, how long has it been since the last episode? And they even go into the farm with James and Meow. They're going to steal all the Pokemon so she win. And we thought it was hilarious, and that way inspired her to keep going. and she had to use the Cacnea, because it didn't want to go with her, though, because it loved James. Right. and the one part that was kind of like the not cool moment is that she had to hug it so it could do this sort of little presentation. And she hugged it so long and it hurt so bad that she was like a mummy for an episode. Like, poor Jessie, why can't any of you get a break? Like, just win one contest. Be like, one contest. And then James finally got the Pokemon he always wanted. Chime. Yes. It was Chime Echo. Yeah. Yeah, Mama loved that episode. Yes. And he gets some of the more heartfelt episodes if they have a Team Rocket Center. If it's not about all three of them, he gets the more emotional ones, which we started to notice. And then they gave us a false, like, Brock and May were leaving, like, okay, that's in, goodbye. Then they come right back. The next episode. It's like, then why were you making a big deal? See you later. It's later. See you around. And then we're like, so it's who's later. Coming out? And then here's Brock and May and Max. Right. Oh, it is later. Well, we are, as recordings, we are on season 9 now, so this will be the final season featuring May and Max. Yes. We don't know if Brock's still going to be in it all the way to season 10 or not, but we do know a new character will be coming in after this. And also in this season, we mentioned about Misty making a guest appearance, and she came in her, what's the name of her little egg Pokemon? Well, she used to have a Togepi, remember? Togepi, yes, then, he evolved. Yes, finally! And Togepi, there was this little kingdom where Togepi was like the end-all. He was the it Pokemon, right? And they wanted to steal her Togepi so that this king could take control. I mean, this guy, could take control of the kingdom, who wasn't in control. And amidst all of this, suddenly Togepi, thank goodness, finally evolves, because I know he had to be tired of this anymore. And he evolved, and she was sad. Right. And this whole kingdom of Togepis and stuff. I was like, what the heck is this? Togepi, pee. But still, it was a really fun episode. They had a lot of creative ideas here. More of the Pokemon evolved. The little Torchic evolved into Combustion. Yes. what was it? The Lotad or the Lombre? The Lombre evolved into the Fruity Colo. It sounds like either a cereal or a soda. It sounds like some episode of Fruity Cola. And what else? Did other Pokemon evolve?
Probably.
I think so. I know May got a munch.
Didn't his little 50s rebel Pokemon evolve?
The Trico?
Yes.
Yeah, he evolved. And then May got a Munchlax that kept eating everything in sight, and they were getting pissed because all it does is eat. And, I think that's it for, like, new additions. Oh, and the Swellow evolved, too.
Yes. So, for this season, you had May and Ash and Jessica and whatever guy she was in. Alternating battles.
Right.
So, I guess it made it more interesting instead of you're just seeing Ash. And you got to see Ash grow. And then this season's movie, Lucario.
Yeah, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew.
That was awesome.
Yes. Oh, wait, before we jump into that, there's one more thing I gotta mention. For the season, there was one where they went to an aquatic trainer. And Mama pointed out that, what was his name? Okay, whatever his name was, Juan. She said, he kind of sounds like James. I said, okay, well, maybe it's the same voice actor because they do, like, double, triple work. And then, like, 2 minutes later, James is in disguise as Juan, pretending to be him. I was like, I guess it is him. Like, how did you know this was going to be in? And then it got even further when he was going to sign autographs and stuff for the ladies that were his fans. Right. And Fiona said, is this really how Juan acts? And Jessie said, more like Don Juan.
And she was like, she wanted to get out of there.
Yeah, she was getting jealous.
Didn't care about the money or the
that was like you knew something was wrong. She didn't want to get money from the autographs and all that. And he said, what about my adoring fans? Like, if you don't lose that accent, you're gonna lose your head. Like, oh, someone's getting jealous.
Yes.
Okay, now to the movie.
Yes, this movie was awesome and brilliant and fun with a great theme song. And this is the second Pokemon seasonal movie in a row that's been fantastic. Yeah, and when I bought it, I actually also got a bonus movie with it. That was a 10th anniversary special. Shout out to Prince Rathalos.
Yes, and the Lucario movie was definitely amazing. It seemed more like the first three movies they had with the adventures and the bonds with Pokemon, and which is a common theme with the movies until they kind of change it up, depending on who's in charge, where they always focus on how far does the bond between humans and Pokemon go, and with their trainers, is it just the masters, is it their friend, family, brother, whatever. This was like definitely a focal point in here because of what happens when Lucario is sort of does an Avatar Aang thing and is kind of frozen in, suspended animation.
Right. And it was a really interesting backstory, and you were led to believe one thing about the backstory and history, and then you find out in the end, it was totally different. It wasn't what you thought. And you got to see Brock and Ash and May and Max gain a lot of knowledge and education and empathy in the process. And you found out just how badass Lucario is as a Pokemon. He is.
And here he could
in this particular one, with the telepathic communication.
Right. And it's not really explained why he has that, but it was okay. And it was sort of like Mewtwo. I guess maybe he was one of the more advancedly evolved Pokemon, so they could communicate with them, so they could actually speak. This is one of the few speaking Pokemons they have in here. And like you said, and you were seeing his bond with his master, but you knew
with his friend, I'm gonna say.
Right. And they kind of said, no, he wasn't a friend, we don't have friends. And you see the flashbacks and stuff to when he's in a whole nother time period, and you see it's like, no, he was a friend, he just wasn't gonna say it.
Definitely.
And there was also way more action in here than the previous movie we saw. We mentioned that the Wishmaker movie had only a little bit, like, towards the end. And here, there was, like, action all throughout, especially with these other kind of robot-like Pokemon protecting the cave where these time flowers and stuff were. And it was, a point where Team Rocket wanted help. It's like, oh, we don't know what to do. And we have to pay attention for coming to you for help.
And they actually got to make an appearance.
Right, and do something.
Yes.
Right, and you felt really bad because they really just wanted to get out of there. They weren't even concerned about catching Pikachu or anything. They just wanted to get the heck out of there.
Right.
And you still saw just how selfless Team Rocket could be when they were being taken away and they were freeing all their Pokemon so they wouldn't be taken with them.
And all of them did it. As I said, you got to see them develop empathy.
Right.
And putting the Pokemon first in dire situations.
Yeah.
But this was a...
Yeah, you're talking about... Yeah, you were right. They were more empathetic and they gained knowledge, right? When they got into this... cave,
and then you had the Pokemon first when in dire situations, absolutely.
Right, and you had your tearjerker multiple times throughout
I cried
the
a couple
films.
times, I sure did.
I was like, oh, and the ending is somewhat bittersweet, but it's still there's still a good outcome anyway, which was the best part of it.
Yes, so I really hope the other seasons see more movies like this, but I'm beginning to doubt it since 4Kids is no longer going to be the producer for
the English dub and a lot of stuff. Yeah, so we're gonna have to see when we get to season 9, but we will definitely be covering season 9 forward and the future movies, and of course the 10th anniversary special, which was a standalone TV thing,
which we watched today. So we'll cover that in a little bit.
Yeah.
So of course, if you've seen season 8 and you've seen the Lucario movie, let us know what you think in the comments below. And Sylvia, I can't wait to hear what you think about this movie because I know you're going to have a lot of insight to tell us.
Yes, please tell us,
especially about your Ash.
Right. So, thank you so much for watching, and please be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get updates on Paws Podcast.
Yes, we love it.
Yes. So, thank you so much for watching. Once again, I'm Mask Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.
And reporters sitting, flashing lights, trying to walk around, man, who the hell are you? What you want to do? Well, man, it's on you. Man, it's on you. Hit her in my dreams, she was my queen. A castle in the mountaintops, rivers and streams. Plucking sunlight from the sky in my pocket, give it to you.